So I've made last few videos, I've been talking about this efficiency that's happening in the government right now, and I'm pretty excited about it. I've thought about this my entire life, as I've stated in several videos now, that there was just something wrong with the government. I just always felt it. And of course, you know, everybody's talking about waste, fraud, and abuse, and I mean, I just knew that it was deep. $36 trillion just doesn't make sense to me. No matter how you slice it, of course, you know, the numbers are so big you can't do the math, but in my head it's like, you know, something's just not adding up. And I just felt it. So last night, the president and Musk had a press conference there in the Oval Office, and it got me to thinking about something. So I'm going to go off track for a minute, then I'm going to come back to what I want to talk to you about. So, as most of you will know, I was a consultant. I owned my own company, and I traveled the country to different companies, and I helped them implement customer improvement processes. And that sounds very simplistic. I mean, it was a good job. And I helped a lot of companies improve. I don't know, I had like, let's just call it 10 customers. 10 companies that I went to. And I broke it up, and I went to their facility every 3 months. So once a quarter, I would go to their facility. And so throughout the year, I was always busy, you know, because I broke it up. So, you know, I'd have 3 or 4 companies one month, 3 or 4 companies the next month. So you get the idea. But I didn't have a lot of customers. It's not like I was massive. And the thing is, I tried to focus on smaller companies, you know, 200 employees or less, because I always felt like that they needed the most help. So there was a company in Valley Park, Missouri. It's near Fenton. It's in South St. Louis area, South County area of St. Louis. It's not a fancy neighborhood or anything, but as a matter of fact, the company, you had to drive through the residential area to get into it. And what it was a plastic injection molding company. And very small company, mom and pop company. I mean, the 2 owners were there all the time. And then they had a plant manager. His name was Ed. That's how tight-knit it was. That was the management of the company, the 2 owners and Ed. So they had I don't know, probably 30, maybe 40 employees. I knew it as I was there over the years. It grew, so let's just call it 40, but probably 30 when I started. And the old woman, used to run the secretarial part of it, the lady owner. Well, she got so busy as they grew that they hired this sweet, widowed, retired lady. I mean, she's probably in her 70s, late 60s, 70s. Just the nicest lady you can meet. You know, you know what I'm talking about. That grandma that everybody loves. And she just wanted to keep busy in her old age, and a little company like that. And it was just the nicest lady. You would never think anything about her. So one day I went in there and I said, "Hey, where's," whatever her name was, and they said, "Well, we had to let her go." And I said, "Really? Wow. How is that even feasible? I mean, really?" Yeah. Of course, I had to understand why. We had to, you know, processes we had to go through. And so I said, "Well, what happened?" They said, "Well, we were noticing that we were losing a lot of money. And we hired an accountant, and he came in and found out that she had been using one of the credit cards, the company credit cards, because she had an addiction to gambling." I'm like, I couldn't imagine how this was even possible. This sweet little old lady, just hundreds of thousands of dollars for this little company in a little dinky town. It really is kind of a rundown town, actually. I'm not trying to disparage it. I like that area quite a bit, but it was kind of a rundown town. Just mom and pop's company trying to provide money for the community, provide employment, and this woman stole that money, and I just couldn't understand it. Hey, if you'll do me a favor and click the up next box at the end of this video, or in the description, or in the pinned comment, and it'll take you over to my other channel. We got a brand new video today, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. You'll learn something too. So here I have 10 customers, all of them really small, all of them under 200 employees. Well, most of them were, in the double digits, 50s, 40s, those kind of. I think I had maybe 2 companies that were in the 200 range. They were closer to the 200 range. So you get the idea. I really tried to stay with small companies. So out of the 10 companies, let's just assume there was 500 employees, and one of them stole money from the company. It's a pretty low or high statistic. How many people actually go into the company and steal money? Apparently a lot of people. So then we shift our thinking over to the government, and they have 2.7 million employees. So if that's not right, it's close, so don't quote me. I know somebody's going to get in there. The other day I said, I think the government is the largest employer in the United States, and 15th. Nope. As soon as he said it, I Googled it. It is the largest employer, and I've heard it on the news several times now, that the U.S. government is the largest employer in the United States. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so out of, let's say, 500 employees that I worked with, one of them stole money. And the government has 2.7 million employees, and we're supposed to believe none of them are stealing any of our money, because that's tax dollar money. I just proved to you, at least 1 out of every 500 is stealing money. So you do the math. Out of 2.7 million employees, how many of them are stealing money? I mean, we know for a fact that the head of FEMA was just fired with 3 other employees or 4 other employees for sending money over to a hotel in New York to house illegal immigrants against federal law. I just said this in yesterday's video. And against the executive order saying that they were going to freeze spending. Although it didn't line that person's pocket, we at least don't know. I don't think it lined the head's guy of FEMA's pocket, but $59 million, come on. So in this meeting, Musk said that it appears there is at least one person, that went into the government employment kind of poor. And today, this person is worth $30 million. Well, that totally makes sense. How many other employees that Musk hasn't looked at yet went in relatively poor and is now a millionaire? It really wouldn't be hard to scam money from the government. You hand over a check for $59 million to the hotel in New York and say, hey, can you give me $1 million back? Maybe make small payments to me. And the thing is it wasn't that long ago. Maybe 2 years ago, there was a report that most of the IRS agents, IRS employees, didn't pay taxes or didn't file taxes, something like that. So that, the corruption is just so deep. But these law judges, the ones that are looking at these lawsuits, are saying, oh no, you can't control that. People are allowed. I mean, these judges are basically saying people are allowed, the federal employees are allowed to steal money from the taxpayers, and there's nothing the president can do about it. Well, this has got to stop. These judges, you just got to stop. I look at my comment section, and it's pretty clear that most people believe that Trump is going to win these lawsuits. You got to understand, when you're stealing $30 million, they're not going to just stop. They're not. So these lawsuits, and Trump said this last night, are designed to slow the process down. the ability to look into these records. And so what that means is these employees who are stealing money or sending money where they're not supposed to be sending it now have the ability to hide their crime. They'll be able to cook the books even more and make sure that nobody discovers it. Before, you know, people apparently weren't really looking, so nobody was really trying to hide it. So that's all this is to ensure that the administration is slowed down. That's all it is. So it's not going to stop. This isn't going to stop. In that meeting last night, or the press conference last night, there was Musk had talked about that he discovered that only 10,000 employees from the federal government can retire every day. That's it. That's all that can retire. Out of 2.7 million employees, only 10,000 can retire. To me, that sounds like you must have to be put on a waiting list to retire. And here's the reason why. Tell me if this isn't insane. All the paper records of people's employee files, their paper records are stored in a mine, like a gold mine or something, a shaft, a mine. And there's only one elevator into this mine. The elevator that goes down into the mine can only hold 10,000 employees' files and the employee that's going to take it down into the mine. That's all it can hold. So that's all they allow to store these records in the mine because of the elevator. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to be out there, well, what else are they supposed to do? I don't know. How about another elevator? I don't know. How about get rid of the freaking mine? Maybe, like, instead of, I don't know. This is just insane to me. Paper records. I mean, we live in a computer age. You know, here's this funny thing, is the FAA, Future Farmers of America, no, FAA. We've had 2 or 3 plane crashes now. And everybody is saying the technology for our, to monitor airplanes in the sky is way old, like World War II old, antique. And compared to the rest of the world, we're lagging so far behind. And so the president has asked Elon Musk to take a look at the software. Now that makes sense considering Elon Musk is kind of like a software guy. He does the AI thing, and he was doing open source AI a long time ago, and he helped with PayPal. I mean, he's done a lot of things. So, hey, software guy, hey, would you take a look at the software being used for the FAA? And the argument is no, we don't want him looking at the software. We just had 2 accidents. So why are we going to implement new software and cause more accidents? So we're just supposed to live with the fact that we're going to have accidents with this old software and not try to improve it. You're not supposed to improve anything. You're just supposed to live with what you got. So we're not supposed to buy new software because we're afraid we're going to have accidents, even though we're having accidents. The whole point of this video is there is corruption. You have that many employees and you're not controlling them at all. You're not even allowed to look at the records. People are stealing money. You think about it. A company with 30 employees, with mom and pop, looking at every dime that comes in because they got to pay these people and they got to make payroll every day and they got to pay the loans and buy the new machinery and all that stuff. That was a stressful job, and this woman was able to steal money. It is happening. So mom and pop are scrutinizing the records every month, and we're taken advantage of. And you're telling me the government isn't doing it. The government and federal employees are not doing it. It's not true. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to my other channel, and we're going to learn something. I'm sure of it. I think today is actually a new video. So if I can inspire you to not trust them so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.